Is Meghan Markle evil or just unbelievably stupid? And the key word there is unbelievable. Meghan has managed to send the internet into an absolute meltdown again. Hello, my darlings. This is the Royal Grapevine. If you're looking for juicy royal gossip and palace drama, you have found your home. We're dishing the dirt and spilling secrets hotter than the future King of England. We bring you the very best of the latest royal news, along with outrageous scandals and shocking rumors. Allegedly, of course. Today, we're looking at Paris Fashion Week. Lights, cameras, glamour, and somehow chaos in a cape. Because when Meghan Markle shows up, the dress code is sanity optional. So there she was, sweeping into Balenciaga, slathered in Vaseline, in head-to-toe white, with oversized trousers and a gigantic cape that probably weighs more than she does, like Cruella de Vil, but not as voluptuous. And the brand? Balenciaga. You know the one. That's a whole nother video. Only Meghan could look at that brand name and think, yes, that's the statement I want to make to the world. I want to be associated with Balenciaga. I'm surprised Chrissy Teigen wasn't her plus one. She came to support the big debut of her alleged friend, Pier Paolo Piccioli. By the way, when is the last time that either one of them kissed somebody? They almost broke each other's noses. So back to Cruella. She was all phony smiles and air kisses. She was basking in the glow, and for a brief moment, everything was golden. Until the video. Late that night, in the backseat of a limo, out comes her phone. Meghan decides to capture the moment. Paris by night, glittering bridges, the Seine flowing along outside the window, her giant stilettos propped up in front of her. A perfect little Instagram story, just beautiful. Except for one tiny detail. That bridge, the next one down the road, just happens to be the Pont de la Mare. And that is the tunnel where Princess Diana's car crashed. It was a kind of moment that makes you stop scrolling and say, what the hell was she thinking? Meanwhile, Harry's nowhere to be seen, and we all know her kids are in storage somewhere. So there's just her ever-present friend Marcus Anderson riding shotgun. Now Meghan's Sussex squad is trying to say she didn't realize where she was. This woman who could position herself in front of a camera lens from space suddenly has no awareness of her surroundings. She's no dummy. Meghan knows angles and lighting and symbolism. She plans a fruit platter like it's a military operation. Meghan knew exactly where she was, and she knew exactly what she was doing. This was intentional. Intentional cruelty. And that's why it's so shocking. What the hell was she thinking? So the internet did what the internet does best. It blew up, you know how it is. Comments and tweets and videos like this one. Everyone venting about how despicable her behavior is. But you know what the loudest thing was? Meghan's silence. Not one word. Is there anything in this world that Meghan Markle doesn't have an opinion about? But she has nothing to say about this? Just another reel the next day, with pink skies, the Eiffel Tower, that same white outfit, and she even captioned it about last night. The art of pretending nothing happened. It's the digital version of tossing a match, watching the fireworks, and walking away in slow motion while it all goes up in flames behind you. The thing is, Meghan's Paris trip had all the ingredients of yet another try at a comeback. Back in Europe for the first time in years. Big fashion designer debut. Well, maybe not that part. Hollywood meets royal glamour. A chance to remind the world that she's not just Montecito Meghan. But then came that video. And suddenly, her fantasy went off the rails. And maybe that's the point. Meghan seems to get restless when things are calm. Have you noticed that? Quiet doesn't grab the headlines. Every appearance she makes needs a little twist. It's like clockwork. Sparkle, post, outrage, silence, repeat. Again, Meghan knows exactly what she's doing. She's a lot of things, but she is not stupid. And that's what makes her dangerous. You know, even for her, this little episode landed differently. Because that tunnel isn't just a tunnel. And I know you know that. It represents grief that an entire nation, hell, the world, experienced together. And some of us still aren't over it. It was so sad. And that's just public reaction. I can't imagine what this must be doing to Diana's family. And Harry, say what you will about Harry, but God help him. So when Meghan casually cruises past the tunnel with the camera rolling, it's just heartless. And yet, she moves on, not a care in the world. Dinner at Saint Germain, prawns and pricey wine, then back to California sunshine, leaving Paris to process what just happened. What fascinates everyone is how she does it. How she keeps stepping into storms wearing couture. Maybe she doesn't mind the thunder. Maybe she is the thunder. Each attempted comeback she makes is perfectly choreographed. New designer, new look, new controversy. It's PR judo. Turn every stumble into a strut. And honestly, it works. We're still talking about it. But beneath the gloss, something feels uneven. The solo trips, the separate projects, the increasingly independent branding. Harry and Meghan are starting to look less like a power couple and more like a one-woman show. Not a scandal exactly, just a vibe. But I'll bet you feel it too. If you zoom out, the Paris moment fits her pattern. Control the narrative by being the narrative. She doesn't wait for the world to write about her. She hands it the pen, already inked in controversy. Every story becomes content. Every backlash is a new spotlight. And maybe that's why she chose Balenciaga of all brands. Another celebrated name like hers that somehow managed to self-destruct. So there she is, Meghan in her 27-layer pantsuit in Paris, filming bridges and sipping wine that costs as much as the flight home, and posting a video that has launched 1,000 tweets. She might call it lifestyle. The rest of the world calls it psychotic. Tomato, tomato. What's certain is that she's mastered the art of finding the spotlight. Don't issue statements, drop breadcrumbs. Don't clarify, curate. Let the world argue about your motives while you're already on the next plane. And honestly, it's kind of genius. Evil genius. She's not the heroine. She's not the villain. She's the headline. And if she can't find the spotlight, she'll make one. So now the question is, what the hell are you thinking? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Thanks for visiting the Royal Grapevine. I'd love it if you'd like this video and share it with your friends. And subscribe. And I'll see you in the comments.